Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Stampin' Up with Jaimie. Good evening. If you're catching this video on YouTube, thanks so much for checking it out. Feel free to look around. This is my Facebook Live that I do every Wednesday night, so you'll hear some interacting with my customers and whatnot. But I'm so glad that you decided to check out this video. I'm going to take a moment and just make sure I can see comments on my computer, and then we'll get started. Hello, Amy. Good evening. Let's see here. Oh, my computer is not cooperating. How's everyone doing tonight? Karen, good evening. Hi, Linda. Hello, hello. Is everyone well tonight? I'm just fighting with my computer. Oh, thank you so much for sharing it. I appreciate it. Hey, Michelle, good evening. Hello, hello. I'm pretty excited about tonight. Hi, Lori from Minnesota. Oh, thanks, Linda. Appreciate it. I'm pretty excited tonight because it's using brand spanking new product from the 2019-2020 annual catalog. I will be getting them in. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear you're well. I will be getting them in my hands early next week, and these catalogs will be go out to you pretty much the next day, if not within 2 days. I have to stuff them with some things and get them addressed and whatnot. So if you are in need of an annual catalog, please let me know. I would be more than happy to get one in your hands. If you contact me, please let me know your address. I've had a couple people request catalogs without letting me know addresses, and it just sometimes they don't answer, whatever. So please, if you're looking for a catalog, let me know your address. Hi, Jeannie. Good evening. Hi, Sharon. Oh, thank you so much. My computer is being a little silly here. I may have to just go on without it. but there we go. Okay. Okay, so let's just dive in tonight. The card that I made for you uses lots of new product, like I said, included in the suite. And the suite is called Come Sail Away. Once you get your annual catalog, you'll be able to find it on page 144 and 145. And included in the suite is this really fun sailing home stamp set. This is a cling stamp set, so it's red rubber. And it's got some great sentiments as well as just like a thanks and a congrats. And what I love, the whole thing I think is stunning, but what I love really about this is that I think it could work great for a masculine card, which can be challenging. And I think it can also work for, sympathy cards or birthday cards or even, feminine cards. It's just so versatile, which I kind of look for when I'm looking to purchase something. So yes, I know, Michelle, you're going to love it. Oh, thanks for sharing it, Sharon. I so appreciate it. So this is the stamp set. Included in the suite and bundled with the stamp set is the, what's it called? Smooth Sailing dies. And they look like this. We're going to be using lots of these tonight. Oh, you love lighthouses? Oh, yes, you're going to love this then. So we have certain dies that coordinate with the images and from the stamp set. For example, the lighthouse, the bigger sailboat, the smaller sailboat, they all have coordinating dies. And then some of them are kind of standalone dies, such as the wheel and the rope here. And which is really fun is that this will emboss as well as die cut, which just gives nice texture to your cards, which is nice. And then there's this great banner. We're going to use this guy tonight. And again, there's embossing as well as die cutting in that piece. It kind of does dual purpose. And then it's kind of hard to see, but this guy down here is a long rope. That's just fun too. Again, embosses as well as cuts out. Included in the suite, I don't have it, but there is a set of Memories and More cards. There's an embossing folder called High Seas embossing folder. There's Baker's Twine, which is a Night of Navy Sahara Sand wound Baker's Twine. Real earthy looking. I love it. Beautiful. And then Sail Away trinkets. So lots of goodies. Oh, hello. And the designer series paper. Oh my goodness. I almost completely forgot. The designer series paper is called Come Sail Away With Me. And I'll let you know what that looks like. We have this guy here is like vintage newspaper clippings, but they're all like nautical. And then we have some smaller lighthouses, some stripes, some sailboats, more stripes, and then a compass. And then the flip side of that are these. Really fun. The green is Mossy Meadow. So it's Balmy Blue, Basic Black, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Soft Suede, and Whisper White. Okay? So this paper is great. I have included it as well as the trinkets and the baker's twine in my product share. It is open until June 3rd, I believe I put. And so you're definitely going to want to get a hold of my product share. I have definitely a nice variety of options there for you depending on what you're looking for and what your need is. So definitely head over to my blog and check that out. Okay, so let's dive in tonight now that I've kind of broken down the different components of the card. I'm starting off with Night of Navy cardstock here. This is our standard 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. Yes, me too. Okay, so I have so many different stamps we're going to use, a ton of all these images, but we're going to start off first with this lighthouse. And again, I mentioned it's cling. It's the new cling. So it's still the red rubber, but this is super tacky, super sticky. It goes right onto your block and it adheres nicely. When you're taking these off, just be mindful and be very careful when you do it. I kind of like stick my thumbnail or a fingernail under there to kind of pop it off. If it's on the block and you just go rip it, you could actually tear the actual stamp. That's how sticky that cling is. So just something to keep in mind. What did you say? Shares are awesome. Yes, you get a little bit of everything without having to buy the full pack. Exactly. I myself love, I love the shares myself. My color palette for tonight is Night of Navy, Real Red, and Crumb Cake. And I'm just going to do tone on tone of the lighthouse on, oops. I just realized my volume was down all the way. I hope that's better if you couldn't hear me. I just hired it. I'm going to do tone on the Night of Navy in the lighthouse, kind of off to the left side of, hold on. I don't know about you, but when I have to have the ink pad like on the same side of my hand. So I'm going to just ink that up and go to the left side of my card. I want the lighthouse to fit on it, but the rocks that are kind of underneath them, I kind of have them hanging off a little bit. Hi, Marty from Virginia. Good evening. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. Next, I took these birds. I don't know, seagulls. I think they're seagulls. Birds. We'll leave it at birds. And I stamped it a couple times across the front of my card here. Again, it's just tone on tone, so it's a real subtle look like that. Can you even see that? Wow, that's so hard for you to see because it's tone on tone. It is there, I promise. Ooh, that's hard. What'd you say? I cannot wait to get this set. Yes, I know, Marty. It's so good. So good for so many things. I really think it's perfect. First, for like a masculine card. I actually used the same exact set to work on a masculine card. It's my husband's birthday on Friday. And so I figured I would use this to make his birthday card. And yeah, it's just got like these nice images. I think you can make it like bright and cheerful, more for like a feminine card, or more subdued if you have like a sympathy card or a just thinking of you card. So versatile. Oh, thanks for sharing it, Marty. Oh, you can see it? Okay, good. Whew. Next, I have a panel of real red cardstock. I don't know if you can tell, but I did cut it out using the rectangle stitched dies. I have used these so many times in my videos, so often on my blog. I just think they're so, it's just like one of those must-haves kind of thing, you know? So I cut out a real red. This is measuring, about 2 5/8 by 4. And then I have a panel of Whisper White to have it matted on because we have to mat everything. And this is 2 3/4 by 4 1/8. But first, before I do that, I'm going to take both my sailboats, the bigger and the smaller one. And I'm going to do more tone-on-tone stamping on my real red cardstock here. I got the stitched rectangles. Oh, aren't they so good, Linda? Oh my goodness. I could probably use them in every card. First of all, I loved anything stitched. Like, they had me at stitched. But they just add such a nice, like, element. As opposed to just cutting a rectangle. They just add this, like, oh, look at that. That's kind of nice. At least that's what I say when I see them. Maybe I'm the only one. Oh, you love them? Okay, good. I'm going to, again, just do tone on tone, kind of aiming for middle. And again, kind of having it hang off the side there. The bigger one's going to the right, smaller one's going to the left. And we're done with that. Close that up. So subtle. It's even kind of hard for you to see, I think. And you kind of have to hold it, but I played so many things. Honestly, I tried stamping and then cutting them out, and I really found that like less was more with this card. Just kind of like a subtle busy, like there's a lot going on, but it's like a subtle busy because the lighthouse and the sailboats are kind of off in the distance. You don't really see them like super bright. So let me grab my snail here. Oh, you love the stitched rectangles too, Marty? Yes. Huge fan. It's one of those things that sometimes people say, like, where do you begin? What should I get? How do I start off? And I would definitely recommend getting them, you know, kind of early on, because I think they're just, you can do so much with them. Again, that word versatile. Versatile. I don't know, which do you say, versatile or versatile? That word. Oh, you know what? I think well, we're not going to. I think I'd hear that down with dimensionals. But I didn't. So there we go. That's not going to be using dimensionals. That's what we're working off of. Okay. We're going to do a little bit more tone on tone with the anchor here. This time I'm using crumb cake, ink, and cardstock. The anchor is so beautiful. And what's nice about this die, here's the die, is that you could just cut the anchor out like solid cardstock and people would know it's an anchor. You don't necessarily have to stamp and then cut out. It's not the case for all the die cuts, especially like the more intricate ones. You really have to stamp and then cut, but this one really could just be cut by itself and people would know exactly what it is. You know what I mean? So tone on tone crumb cake. That's that. Set that aside. I told you I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 images on blocks right now. There's lots of different stamping. Next, I took a piece of Whisper White cardstock here. First, I'm going to stamp the compass. I had to think what that is. Whatever this thing is. The compass in Night of Navy. And I'm going to do the sentiment as well so that it's ready to go. And then we're going to cut everything out. There's my compass. And then here's my thanks. I don't know about you, but my Night of Navy is just a nice, bright, vibrant color. But it can smear. You know what? I'm going to heat set it a little bit. Hold on. I did this earlier and it was still a little wet when I ran it through the die cut machine and it smudged everywhere. Oh, no problem, Marty. Catch you later. Thank you for watching a little bit. I'm just going to heat set it a little bit. Make sure it's nice and dry. I don't want it smearing or running. Gotta love the heat tool. It serves so many different purposes. Okay, so the compass here I'm going to cut out using just a circle from the layering circle. What's the official title? Layering Circle Dies, I think it is. This guy is, what size is he? He's just shy of 1 3/4. It's a little short, a little like, I don't know, a 1/16 smaller than that, but it cuts it just fine. And then our sentiment, I'm going to use this banner that comes in the coordinating dies. It's got this nice stitched all the way around, which is just fun. Again, it just adds like a nice little other element. I have to move everything. I was piling my stamps to my right, but that's where I'm going to put my die cutting tool. So I got to move everything here. Okay. Okay, let me get my And I gotta cut my anchor. I gotta cut 3 things. I thought about doing them ahead of time, but I thought this was more fun. I can probably fit them all on one run through. Let's see how good I am. I'm just gonna do this off camera. You're gonna notice with the banner dies, with all of our new dies, they are a tight fit. So you're not gonna necessarily have that big white border. Just something to keep in mind. I forget what I was cutting out earlier, and I noticed that. I'm like, is that going to fit? And it does. It's just a tight. It's not like our ones from the old catalog. Something to think of. Oh, I just moved it and everything just shifted. Maybe I have to do it in 2 shifts. No, I can do it in 1. Living on the edge here. Okay, let me run that through. Oh, I apologize. I know it's moving the screen on you. Okay. There's our compass. And, oh, come on. Oh, I can't get it off. Let's see what hold on. My plate is very well loved. It's got lots of grooves in it. There we go. The thanks. And then the anchor. It's like a spatula. Okay. So, I don't know if you can tell, but on my compass here, I actually put like a spinner that can actually spin, which is really fun. I already cut it out ahead of time because it's quite small. But I just took some silver foil and I used, let me show you. So, in the dies, there's 2. There's this one, which is a little bigger, and then this one, which is a little smaller. This one here is just that shape. It's a little on the bigger side. And this one here is the one that embosses as well as cuts out. And it does cut out a little hole in the middle so that you can fit a brad down the middle of it. I have a couple of plates that look just like that. They've been well loved, right, Lynn? Yep, pretty much. Okay, so I had, oh my goodness, I can't find it now. Hold on. Did I put it away? Oh my goodness, I had, there it is. A hole punch. So just get a regular hole punch. This is, an old Stampin' Up one. I don't know what size it is. I don't know. But just get a hole punch. Nothing too big. And you're going to see right in the middle of the compass, there's like a little spot there. Perfect. Just waiting to be cut out. And we're going to slip that right where that hole punch is to give us a hole in the compass. Okay. And I'm going to take our metallic brads. These are carrying over into the new catalog, so yay. Comes, you get gold, copper, and silver. I'm just going to use a silver one here, mostly because I used a silver compass thing here. Compass thing. That's a technical term, by the way. And slip it in through that hole. It's a kind of tight, but it will go. Just kind of poke it through. And then open up the back of the brad. And you'll have a spinner. It actually does spin. Isn't that fun? I thought that was really fun. So yay that the brads are continuing into the new catalog because it fits perfect with that compass. So fun. Okay. Oh, that's the one that I already did. And then now we're just kind of going to build, so to speak. I do need some dimensionals. But first, okay, so like I said, in the suite, there is a Night of Navy and Sahara Sand Baker's Twine. They're kind of wound together, really fun. But I kind of wanted to use up a little bit of the Night of Navy medium Baker's Twine that's about to retire. Either one would work just fine, but I'm trying to make room for all the new stuff. I got to use it up. So I took a little piece. This is, I'll probably trim it down, but this is about 3.5 inches, 3 1/4. Fold it in half. Oops, my hole didn't pop out. There we go. Fold it in half, wind it through the hole in the anchor. like so. Open it up and then grab those little pieces on the other side. I'm sure you all know how to do this, just in case. There you go. And I did give it I think I'm going to give it a little bit of a haircut. And because it's kind of a rustic look, I did rough the ends of them up a little bit. The ends of the baker's twine. Kind of like a feathered look. I didn't want it too polished, you know? So that's that. Okay, let's adhere that down first. With my adhesive, which is here. I knew exactly where it was. All I do, honestly, you could use liquid glue, but I just use my snail. And I have it kind of sort of angled to the one side, kind of. This guy, because he has a brad behind him, I definitely wanted to use dimensionals when adhering him down. It would just be hard to get him to lay perfectly flat. You would definitely need like a tear and tape, is it? I'm drawing a complete blank for the name. But you would need something very, very sturdy to keep him down. But dimensionals work just as easy, quite honestly. So we're going to put him like there. And then last but not least, our sentiment. I'm going to have it go just below the anchor. Again, using some dimensionals to give it a little bit of a lift. And that will finish off our card. So again, this is great for a masculine card, which can be challenging. We all know that. Or, you know, anybody in your life that you just kind of want to give a thanks. The congrats, where is it? Here it is, also fits in that banner. So if you needed to mail a congrats, you can definitely replicate this card and put the congrats there as well. Okay, if you've been watching and would like a chance to win tonight's card, make sure you leave some sort of a comment below. And as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to draw names and someone will win tonight's card mailed to you. Be sure to head over to my blog for all the details on my papers, my product shares, so that you get all the new designer series paper, embellishments, ribbons at a fraction of the price. And folks, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's always a pleasure to share with you. If you need a catalog, please get a hold of me. I'd be happy to pop one in the mail. And I will see you next week. Thank you everyone for joining me. Bye-bye.